Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Straightjacket podcast. We are live on a Tuesday. Unfortunately, I couldn't do yesterday, just in the process of moving out, so I had lots of stuff to do. But we're here today. Big up to the people. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have Minna here. Minna, I don't know what that top is. Is that Algeria?
No, Saudi.
Saudi. Okay. Big up to you, Minna. How are you? Everything blessed?
Good, man. I'm good. I hope all of you lot are doing well as well. Got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, definitely a lot to talk about. 100%. We got man like Nuruddin in the building as well. How are you, Nuruddin?
Good, man. Good. Work.
Come on. Big up.
In fact, it was a chill one today, man. We celebrated young people today, so it was good.
Yeah.
Went for a meal and that, but all good, man. All good. Just tired from the festival.
Yeah, I've seen the clips. I see the clips on the Instagram, so big up to you as well. And big up man like Musa in the building. Man like Musa, what you telling me, man? You good?
Yeah, man. What's happening? What are you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm all good. Can't complain. Obviously, we're off the back of a win, which is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Off the Scousers and whatnot. So yeah, I'm in a good mood. I can't lie to you. I'm starting to see the rival fans are starting to hate on United. They can't give an objective viewpoint on Man United. All they say is don't get too excited, and I'm like, yeah, but just give us a bit of credit. But then I don't know. Maybe it's because, you know what I mean? Maybe we're too good. You know, remember when Ronaldo said, maybe I'm just too good. You know? I don't know what it is, man. But listen, we got a lot to talk about. I want to discuss Amad Diallo, brothers, man. Not in the greatest of form right now.
And sisters,
yeah. Big up.
I apologize on behalf of Saeed.
Thank you. Yeah. I saw Nuruddin's face. I saw his face reaction
when yeah, absolutely. But I wanna discuss Amad Diallo because there's a lot of discourse around him right now. You know what I mean? I'm having to defend him a lot on the internet. Rival fans are onto him.
But you're onto him. You're onto him.
No, I'm not. I'm here to support him.
I see you calling his name. I think why Saeed's calling Ahmad's name? I've got people calling me saying, yeah, you lot got to be more careful with the names that you put in your mouth regarding the players. Because you called his name out. You said everyone had a good game except for Amad.
No, I don't. I think when he came on, he didn't play well. I'll have to be honest. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
Do you disagree?
Yeah, I disagree.
In what sense? I don't think he did.
I disagree that he should have had an assist in the game. Like, Amad could have had two goals and two assists in his last two games. And I think with him having 2 assists and 2 goals in his last 2 games, does that really change the fact that he's in bad form? No, it doesn't. Amad's going through bad form, but I've seen enough from him as an attacking player and someone who also defends to say that Amad's still doing his job even though he's out of form. Meaning he's still getting in the final third, he's still putting the ball on the plate for players who are running onto the ball to just should be easily putting these goals away, and they're not. So I'm like, he's a bad player. No, he's not. He's a good player out of form, but still doing the right things, still trying to get in there. But you can see that he hasn't got the confidence. But I thought he was the Ivorian Messi. So what are we doing?
No, but that's what he told me. I did give him that name, you know what I'm saying to you. But at the same time, I disagree totally. I don't think he's playing well. I don't think he's taking his man.
No, he's out of form. But I'm saying to you, have you not seen him give balls that players should be finishing?
Yes, like the one with Diallo, he should have played it. He should actually take it on. I don't know why he gave the ball to Diallo. Diallo was
it was the right choice. It was just the right. I think it was the right choice. I think it was. It was just the wrong player. I think it was the right choice, but the wrong player. Because if it's another player, like an Amad takes it on and misses, everyone says, why didn't he give it to the overlapping player? So I think it was the right choice. Yes, I get it. As a forward, you should always want to score them and go for it. But like I said, Saeed, he's still getting in the right moments. He's still the player who is making those tackles to put us on a break. And then we go off and score and we go like it's normal. It's not normal. He's still doing the difficult stuff, but he's just out of form. And I saw a compilation of Amad before before he went off to the AFCON. And I'm forgetting how good he was. Like I think everyone's forgetting how he started the season. He actually did start the season well, similar to Mbeumo. Where have I gone? Where have I gone? What happened to me?
It's not agreeing with him, man.
Yeah, but Mbeumo was like, no, we're not having this. Go on.
Yeah, so I think he's tailed off towards the end, similar to Mbeumo. But even the Mbeumo chat I'm hearing, I'm just like, I think we just forget. Like, we're not even. Once upon a time, it was people forgot what players did last season. Now people are forgetting what they do in the first half of the season. It's getting shorter and shorter in terms of how much we remember how important a player is. Because Mbeumo, for me, levels at the start of the season, he's tailed off. But I don't start doubting is he the player that we bought, or you know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like I said to you the other day, Saeed, both play. This is not talking about Amad, but Mbeumo, Sesko, and Cunha had a GA of 65 between them last year, and this year they've got a GA of just over 35 between the three of them. And I think for their first season at Man United to have that GA of 35, where all players are going into double figures, it just shows you that it's been a difficult start to the season. It's been a difficult season, but people are pulling their weight and they are doing well. And I just think Amad Diallo, at 23 years old, played 2 full seasons at Man United, gone out on loan. I think we've seen enough of him to know that he's a quality player and he's just out of form, and he just needs to have that pre-season and just put his head down, and it will come. And I'm sure that we're going to be all sitting here, Champions League football next season, talking about Amad and the level of performance. Because see, when Amad is on like, there's a reason you called him the Ivorian Messi. See, when he's on song, he's a difficult player to deal with. And I just feel like it's just too easy to listen to rival fans.
I'm not making like sweeping statements and be like, yo, sell him. There are some fan base that I wanted him to be sold. Like when I'm even in the stadium, there's people that are not really happy with Amad Diallo.
That's mad.
But I think for me, it's one of them ones where we just have to also be honest and say, yo, the guy is not playing well, and what has gone wrong? Can we have an open, honest conversation? You know what I mean? And that's all it is, because he's
out of form, Saeed, though. He's out of form. I don't think it's a big deal. Like Phil Foden's gone missing for the whole season. The best English player since sliced bread. All of the hype. They're not talking about selling him. And here we are. We've had a player who hasn't turned up.
It's about to sign a new contract. It's about to sign a new contract.
That's what I'm saying. And here we are, Amad, who's had a bad second half of the season since that Arsenal game when he came out on Twitter. He hasn't really turned up.
I don't think you could compare the two, though. Just
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's one of them.
But why? But I'm just saying, what's the bigger fall off then? Amad or Foden? What's the bigger fall off?
Foden, 100%.
Foden's one is bigger just because his peak was higher than Amad's.
So yeah, because he's in a winning team. I see.
100%.
Yeah, you see the peak. You see the peak Amad had for us in that season where he was basically our main player and he was doing bits. Yeah. If he has that season at City and they pick up trophies, everyone goes crazy and says Amad's the. I just feel like when you do well at United and you don't win nothing and you end up losing the Europa League final and you finish 7th, 15th in the league, nothing looks good at all. And I just feel like a lot of our players are being robbed of how good they are, including Bruno Fernandes. I think it's another reason people, say, oh, Bruno's so good. Why are you not finishing 15th, blah, blah, blah. I feel like a lot of players have been robbed of their individual performances throughout different seasons based on how bad we've been as a collective. So I just feel like Foden at United would never be the Foden we're seeing today at Man City. He would have just fallen to the wayside.
What do you put it down to, Minna? Amad's form, is it the fact that he's gone from wing back to right wing? Is it the dynamic of our strikers and how we play, or is it just a confidence thing where he's just not playing well? What do you think?
I think it's a bit of everything. I think you have to keep in mind that his best season at United coincided with United's worst ever historic kind of Premier League campaign in the last how many decades? Yeah, so not to rain on his parade, but me personally, you being the best in a horrible season, it says a lot about you, but it says more about the players that you were playing with and the situation that the team was in. The same way, I don't know if you don't remember when Diallo won Player of the Season, a lot of people were saying, oh, Diallo's just the worst of the, like, he's the best of the worst kind of thing. because the season was so poor. I think it was in Erik ten Hag's second season, I think it was. I can't remember exactly. But with Amad, I think it's a multitude of stuff. I think number one, it's that I think this is his first major hiccup in his career.
Yeah.
Because when he came to Manchester United, he never was really in the starting lineup. He wasn't really a regular squad player. He was still trying to find his footing. We brought him from Atlanta. I don't even think he played any senior football there, barely any. So I think now is the real struggle of his career. And as footballers and just as people in general, you have to figure out a way to work through that. The unfortunate thing for him is that his creative slump, I would say, is happening at a time that United are doing well. So a lot of people are probably thinking, do we even need him? And can we just cash in on him? And I understand where that argument is coming from, because you're looking at the front line, and when a player is playing so low on confidence and he's struggling, you're not looking at him to make the change off the bench. You're not looking for him to... I'm not gonna lie, when he came on against Liverpool, I was like, that's an interesting change. Because I wouldn't have done that. I would have thought, because if he's been out of form, I would have gone with Xerxes earlier if Sesko was coming off, and kept Mbeumo on that right and Cunha on that left. Personally, that's what I would have done, just because I felt like Amad had a mistake in him, and he did. And you saw it, even though we won the game, he still looked sad because he nearly could have cost us the game. So I think it's a magnitude of stuff, but I also think it's just something that players have to work through. And it's sad for him that this has come at this age, 23, 24. He's still trying. You can't be at a football club for this long and still trying to find your footing. His situation is unfortunate, and the thing that makes it unfortunate is the fact that Erik ten Hag didn't want to play him off the back of that Sunderland loan. Ruben Amorim was playing him at wing back, so some people might have felt like his creativity wasn't flourishing in the manner that it should have or it could have. So he's had a lot of hindrances in his development at United, to a point where he's been here for nearly 4 or 5 years now, and he's going through this slump, and he's not... I would say he's not experienced enough maybe in his professional career to get through this at this time. So we have to be patient with him. To just jump the gun straight away and say, oh, let's be honest, right? If we had a winger option on the right of Mbeumo and Amad, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. That can be... he can be backup. They can rotate. Why? What I don't get is why people want everyone to be starter quality consistently. I don't think you're always going to get that. I really don't think you're always going to get that. But I personally, I wouldn't sell Amad. It's very unfortunate what's happening with him. I still think he's a very talented player. But I think it might have been a bit of complacency. It might have been what's the word? Off the back of last season, he probably expected to be starting this season. And then we brought in Boomer, and then that's not happening. So it might be a bit of entitlement on his end, and he's maybe struggled with that. But people are saying that his drop-off has been since AFCON. Even before AFCON, I felt like he was struggling. And I remember us having this debate on this podcast, and I said to you, if we were to play 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, whatever, I remember arguing with you lot saying that I would have Mbeumo starting over Amad, just because
I remember.
Consistent level. But I would still keep him. But I don't know. I just feel like people always want a scapegoat. People always want it. Ugarte is not on the pitch, so we've got to find a new scapegoat.
Yeah, I agree. Big up Killis. He says, I worry if Amad doesn't improve, he will have competition from signings Lacey, JJ, and more. I feel he's a confidence player and also needs more development. Not his fault, and most players need it. Nuruddin, before, I don't know if you remember this game here, against, was it Southampton? Yeah. I think this is one of Amad's best games. This happened last season when he was playing wing back role. I mean, look at that hat trick, free chance created, 89 touches, 4 successful.
I was just about to talk about the hat trick because he's one of the few players that scored a hat trick for Man United. Yeah. I didn't want to jump in there. But
you're right. It
was only a couple of games ago Amad didn't play, and I remember, I don't know if it was this platform, and we all said that, we miss him in terms of what he does off the ball as well.
I agree.
And the change that he brings. So I just feel like for someone who's so important to us, even just in terms of the shape that we hold, when he's not playing well, how bad can it be? I just feel like the Amad thing for me is it's just like when I remember everyone saying, Kobe, he had the chance against Grimsby. If he was that good, he should have proved it. I'm like, what the heck are we doing here, bro? But, you know what I'm saying? And I remember when we were winning games and people say, well, if we're winning without Kobe, then I just feel like there's always something to be said. I just don't think that Amad thing is that deep, if I'm honest with you, because I just feel like it's similar to what's happening to Mbumo, and everyone's saying that, what is he? Is Mbumo, is he good at this? Where does Mbumo play? Like, I've seen people questioning Mbumo's talent and if he's enough, or do we need to go and get more in those positions? So I don't know, man. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Listen, as much as we can say, yeah, we can muddy-cut all these players and whatnot, but reality is, man, the standards need to be high, innit? Like, I hear it, like, they've been playing well and all of this, but we've got to demand more for the players, man. You know what I mean? But then again, when you look at it, like, players have been informed, players have not been informed. It's been like that throughout the whole season. Bruno didn't start well, and then he ended well. Cunha didn't start well, he's ended well. Amad and Mbumo maybe started well, and then they've kind of dipped away. So it's been like, up and down. Mazraoui maybe started well, remember, to the AFCON, and then he got his place taken away. So, yeah, man. What are you thinking, Nuruddin?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's I overused the word FIFA generation, championship manager generation. Maybe I'm being sarcastic, maybe I'm being a bit unfair. But players lose form. World-class players at Manchester United were getting booed regularly. Ryan Giggs was getting booed. I remember Lee Sharp, Kanchelskis getting his fair share of stick. So this idea that these are like legends of Manchester United who've won big trophies. These men who've won doubles, you know what I mean? Like doubles back in the day, So for me, the idea of players losing form is not a big thing for me. As long as you've got players in your squad that can step in and take their chance. And then those players then have to then fight back. Have they got it in them? You know what I mean? Like, Ryan Giggs, for a long, long time, look, he's the most decorated footballer in our football club.
Yeah.
He is the most decorated footballer in our football club. He's played till he's 40. He's played maybe 22 years of football, yeah? And in that, do you think it was all smooth sailing? It was the most topsy-turvy as anything can be. I think Amad kind of benefited from the system, because if we all remember, if we all remember, the space in our team was in the wing-backs. So when you've been coached in a certain way, especially with young players, this happens. You can look it up, go and read about these things. I'm not just pulling out of thin air. There are so more professional, the more experienced you are, the more you can adapt to different styles quickly. The more you focus on one thing, learning, and especially we were like, Amad has got to play wing back and he's got to be there, and we're like, we should get him off the pitch. Me and Musa here were arguing that he can play more of a number 10. I personally think he is not getting the space as much as he wants. And also what Mina said, I agree, he's becoming a bit insecure, because if it comes down to it, Mbumo's going to start because he's the 77 million signing. Do you know what I mean? He's the guy who's going to start. He's the guy more of a goal scorer for the team. Yeah. So I think Amad has to look. I mean, I was onto him way before Saeed. I've talked to you. Me and you talked about Amad for a long, long time. He's got to have the killer. I think you can. So certain people go, the killer, you either have a killer footballer.
You either have it or you don't. Yeah.
But I don't believe that. I think you can be coached. I think it has to be in the right environment. And I think you could be coached. Because, look, I'll tell you for simple. I remember Ronaldo was not really using his left foot. I remember Ronaldo wasn't a mainly goal scorer. Ronaldo was doing step over and stuff like that out wide until he's in his 20-something. And then he focused. And now we know that Relly Moonestein sat him and Wayne Rooney down in the video, showed them clips and said, if you stay on the width of the box here in these areas, you just got to do it training. And it was drilling. Wayne Rooney wasn't the greatest finisher. Wayne Rooney became the top scorer of the club's history because he got told. Wayne Rooney was a scorer of spectacular goals. He wasn't a tapping merchant, but he became an absolute monster, yeah? And he didn't even like playing as the leading striker, but he became. So I know I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw it with my own, so I know it can happen. But you have to have the right environment for that to be developed. Also, huge thing, and I'm not taking away responsibility from the player. You have to want it. You have to want it. If you don't want it, then you can get the club can put all of the best environment. They can get the best coaches, and if you're not wanting it, you then it's not going to happen. So I think bit of both. I think Amad has to do a bit. I think it's good for him actually to be taken out because we overplayed him. If all being real, I think young players when they're still developing in their early 20s, that's what's going to happen. Like, but in modern football and the way social media is, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to. I almost feel like young players are not allowed to, and that's why people were just, the FIFA generation were coming from me because I was like, things can be coached, environment, a developmental plan. All of these different things. But the point I want to go back to, and I think jumped into another point, is that when you are learning a system and you've got an intense guy like Amarin teaching you a system, you're the win back, this is the space you're going to have, this is how you're going to play, this is how you're going to work back. I think you could lose sometimes his attacking instincts, the way you get the ball. And Manchester United are getting the ball to him. And also, we've seen the whole team drop off in terms of the fitness, in terms of the intensity. We've seen the whole team drop off, except for the first 2 games. Like, it has been. So everybody's dropped off in terms of the intensity and physicality. But I'm not going to lie to you. Amad has got away with playing that ball inside a lot. Even on the Amarim, on the Carrick, he gets away with it because other people bail him out or he corrects it. He runs back and puts a challenge in and gives away a free kick. I'm glad it happened because now I saw the disappointment on his face, when I watched the game again. I saw the disappointment in his face, and he couldn't even celebrate because he thought he cost United. Yeah. But I'm glad it happened because now he has to learn like where he's on the football pitch and where he's going to have to be. But somebody can make a mistake. What the most worrying thing was, nobody came to sub us. Like our defense just ran back like donkeys.
Yeah, I know. Like, we backed off.
Take the yellow. Take the yellow. Like I thought, it's like that. This kind of shithousery is not there. I think Martinez would have took the yellow card and took him out way earlier, like 40 yards, like, near the halfway down on the running back. But Stopperslide, it's not even that fast. And he put them in the bin, man. He just literally stopped past them. But in terms of the form, Mbeumo's not because I actually think that was one of Mbeumo's better games.
That's what I thought as well.
I thought for a long time, that's one of his better games. Yeah. I would have bought the game. I'm going to argue with you guys all day, every day. To me, we already know Matheus Cunha has had his injuries. I would have bought on Sersky. The game was perfect for Sersky, especially when we were 2-0 up. I think we could have gone 3-0 up in that first half. It's a different game. We're going to come to the game. But Amad, it happens. It happens to players, whether they're young or old, but specifically
remember,
people need to be patient. And the other thing I would say about Amad is one of those, even if he's not assisting on scoring, he's
always doing something.
He's going to hold the ball technical abilities. He's gonna trap back, he's gonna fight, he's gonna get you good possession, he's gonna release the ball around. I mean, Diego Dalot, all he had to do is cut it back to him, and Amad is got one to tap it in. He is a bozo. If I
remember as well, though, Amad lost his mum.
Yeah, exactly. And also all these things, grief hits people differently as well.
Yeah, remember he lost his mum. Was it just at the end of last season?
Yeah, grief can come in different times. It was interesting to hear Carrick actually defend, because me, I'm one of these weirdos. I watch every press conference. You might surprise people because I watch everything that gets said. And he actually came out and defended him, really. He was like, football's not all about the stats. It's about what you team. And he was like, Amad is a brilliant player. So happy with him, So for me, I think players also need competition sometimes, and they have to also fight for their position. But I'm not too worried. Listen, I'm about to say this. I look at the camera. Manchester United have got 99 million problems, and Amad is not the one. Just for you guys know, we've got problems. I honestly. As soon as he said, Champions League secured, I'm thinking about the 8 games next season. And I'm looking at our fullbacks and thinking, I'm happy to get the Cypriot champions or whoever they are from this and that.
Now we're getting Real Madrid and all them. We don't hear it.
Keep away from these people, man. Listen, I want us at least to work till we work at a little bit the last bit of the Champions League. The last bit. Maybe
Nah, Spurs scumbagged a couple games. We'll definitely scumbag a couple games.
No. Listen, you know what teams attack? We saw Spurs. We saw Spurs do something. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But for me, I'm just looking at the squad and the way people are talking, like everything's gonna be all right. I'm just in shock.
What do you mean? But we have to be prepared, and that has to come with players.
Guys, don't worry, man. We're signing Belabor this summer, man.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
I've accepted we're not getting Anderson. I've accepted it.
Belabor's not going to be enough. Belabor's not enough.
No, we're going to get Matheus Fernandes. We're going to get Belabor. We're going to get João Gomez. We're getting
Tchouaméni out of that mess, man. You see what's happening at Real Madrid right now, man. Get him out of that mess.
Tchouaméni's going to survive because Mbappe is getting shipped out of Real Madrid soon.
I know.
Why? What's happening there? What's the news?
They're all beefing him.
They're all beefing. Yeah, it's crazy over there.
That means Mbappe's gonna. That means he's coming Old Trafford. That means he's coming Old Trafford. Mbappe's coming Old Trafford if he gets shipped out. That's what Man United does.
Yeah, but
thank you for.
You know what I mean? That is a timeout. Mbappe is not coming to Man United. Musa, man. How? In what way? In what way is Mbappe?
I say if he gets shipped out of Madrid, where do you think he's going?
Musa's gonna be with.
Come on, guys. No, listen. I'm not. If
Mbappe was at United, you would be in the car park at Old Trafford telling Mbappe's mom to meet you lot there. Forget Mbappe's mom. Meet us in the car park right now. That woman, you don't want her anywhere near Old Trafford. She's so toxic. You don't want her. She's part of the problem.
All our transfer budget. Blown on Mbappe,
No, but I'm just saying, if there's any team, and you know how United are, it's going to be, who else is going to go in for someone like Mbappe?
Listen.
You know what? That's actually a good question, though.
If it was between Mbappe and Vinicius, and they picked Mbappe, and they sold, they chose to sell Vinny, I would take him.
Yeah, Vinny, I'm here for all day long. Vinny,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be the blockbuster sign that United would need. Obviously, it would be a massive.
I like all of those players, Saeed, but I just feel like I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. I think when I look at Vinny and I look at Mbappe, I just feel like there's players that can get similar jobs done for just way less. I just don't see, I see them, but I just feel like the level of stardom now in terms of what we were used to in the past is just not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just not there anymore. You look at the type of money that PSG spent on my man, what's his name? United side always saying Cavaschelli or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Kavicha.
Yeah. How much do they spend on in PSG? If you look at
60, no?
60.
60. This is what I'm trying to say. If you look at the type of players out there that they've spent money on that are just at a different level, even when you look at what's his name that went to Palace to Bayern Munich from Palace to Bayern Munich. Yeah, but Elise, it's like people are just paying small. Like what are we doing? We always do the madness. I'm tired of that stuff. We go and spend these.
Also, what you're saying is outside of the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's the Premier League that spend mad.
Yeah, I know.
I think last summer's Premier League.
But City do well, man. City do well, though, man.
Man City spent 80 million on Marmoush in January.
Yeah.
Is it? 80 mil.
Around 80 mil. I'm approximating, but they spent big money. I think it was like 72 million pounds.
You know it's though, but they force it. The thing about I agree with you, but they force it. When you look at the City do force it sometimes. Like they didn't have to spend 100 million on Grealish. I didn't think they had to spend the money on Marmoush either. But when you look at their other signings like Reinders, Cherky, Ain't Nori, like they do get
Reinders
good deals.
A lot of money. That was 50-60 million.
Yeah, that's good money. Yeah, that's good money though.
Fee, but that's because of the situation at Lyon at the time. I think if Lyon didn't think they were getting relegated, that's at the end of that season, I don't think they would have sold all the players that they did.
How many? Yeah. How many?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Have you not seen Cherky's brother? Have you not seen Cherky's little brother on YouTube?
Yeah. Listen, I am not on the bandwagon of Tchouaméni. To me,
why? Here we go again. Casemiro and now Tchouaméni.
No.
Here we go again, man.
I'm not on that.
Why?
I am buying from the Premier League, my friends.
I hear it. Well, I hear it.
I'm buying from Premier League.
I don't believe this Anderson.
I am not having another project of somebody to wait for. I am not having that.
How do you guarantee?
You think you got away?
Please let me just say this. Right. I want to buy from the Premier League this season. Next season, if I've got enough numbers and start And if we bring somebody in and can give them time to adjust, to come into it, to get used to the Premier League. And I'm not going to lie to you, I did a player profile. People can go and watch. Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. For a guy who's that size, I've seen my guy jump out of 50-50s. Premier League, you can't jump out of 50-50s. You know what? He's got the talent in that, but he plays within himself. He plays like this.
Camavinga's better than him, though. I'll be honest with you.
No. Listen.
Camavinga's better than Tchouaméni. I don't care what you say to me, Saeed.
Listen, he plays better. This is his best season. But I'm not sure about him, you know.
He's good. They're both good. I want Tchouaméni. He's good. But when I've seen Camavinga at his best, man of the match, Champions League final.
It's Neto from Chelsea for sale. Chelsea's selling Neto.
No. They're trying to, bro. They're trying to.
Wait. Hold on. Why? Where is he going with Neto?
I don't listen to this Iceman, bro. This Iceman's a troll. The Chelsea fan.
No, I don't want Gittins. Neto.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's trying
to. I don't want Neto. Why would you take Neto for?
I don't
want Neto.
But you don't want Tchouaméni, but you would take Neto.
Neto's finished.
No, it's not finished.
I don't know what's going on.
Lie to you. I think Chelsea are just a weird football club. I'm not gonna lie.
Neto's a transition merchant. He literally is good in transition, and that is it. You know, he's regressed, man. He ain't all that, bro.
Me, I look at it. I think if it was just one player regressing at Chelsea, I would agree with you guys.
But even Neto at his best, I just don't like the way he plays the game.
The only person I'm taking from Chelsea would be João Pedro. I don't want anyone else.
I like that. That's a good
João Pedro, not Brazilian kid that they got in. What's his name?
Santos.
No, not Santos, the one on the right wing. Esteval's a bad boy.
Yeah, big up. No, listen, I'll take Esteval before Neto, 100%.
Yeah, Esteval's a bad boy.
He's the real deal.
But yeah, no, big up, man. Big up to you, man. Stretford Post. Big up to you, inshallah. Thank you, man. But what I want to say to you, though, Nuruddin, yeah? So give me your 6 that you want instead of Tchouaméni then. Who's your 6? And it can't be Beledo. He's not a 6. So give me a 6. Who's that? I can't hear you.
It's up for me.
That's a pretty excited.
Listen, I'm live at 9:55. Breaking down the Champions League game if you want to have a bit of break.
Yeah, come on.
But I'm doing a player profile on Alex Scott.
He's not a 6 though.
But Beleba's a 6 though, Saeed. You can't say Beleba's not a 6 though.
Alex Scott. Saeed, let me say this
Alex
to you.
Scott.
Saeed, let me just say this to you. Alex Scott goes between the 2 centre backs, picks up the ball. His ball retention, his build up play.
Well, you think he's better than Tchouaméni?
No, better than Tchouaméni.
No, Saeed, let me listen, man.
Let him make his point, guys. Let him make his point. Why is everyone stressing out? Come on, guys. Come on, Nuruddin. Get you. The floor is yours.
I'm going to do an Alex Scott tonight, a player profile. I'm looking at. You don't have to be a 6'6" who sits, but it's somebody who can play there and is confident playing there. Somebody who's got really good ball recoveries. Somebody who can go between the 2 centre backs, pick up the ball and build from there. Kobe can do that. Actually, do we need a 6 or do we need somebody who's got amazing recoveries? Kobe's doing it at this moment in time. Who's going between the centre backs, building up the play?
Kobe there though. That's the problem.
No, but who's building up the play? I'm saying
because Casemiro can't do that, so Kobe does that for now. That's for now.
But what I'm saying to you is that the more better players that you have to be able to do that. But in terms of defensive contribution and recoveries, they're the things that I'm looking at. They're in your heads, people. You think there is this ready-made. Look at the ages of the midfields we're lit with. Fernandes, Alex Scott, the Brazilian kid Gomez, all of them, Saeed, they're all at this age. To become a proper thing with Elliot Anderson, some people say he's not number 6. I know he can play there, right? I watched his interview the other night or the other day on the BBC. Did you see the interview with him?
Yeah.
They didn't talk about his future. And he talked about, I like to play. I think I can play a bit more up the pitch. I like to be more expressive up there. But I'm telling you, to me, what I'm looking for is the player profiles and attributes. A 6 comes, somebody who plays there and fit in there. In your heads, you think there's a 6 that exists magically going to go on a pier at Manchester United and ready to play now. No, I'm going for players and combinations who can play there. To me, I think Alex Scott can play there. I personally think he's better than Gomez. I told Saeed about Gomez a long time ago. I was telling him I think this guy's a good player. Then I looked into him, and actually his passing is not great. His running up and down is great, but Alex Scott is way better. So does Elliot Anderson. I know that we're saying Andy Anderson's not coming to Manchester United. So is actually Belabor. So I'm looking at the player profiles, the amount of defensive recoveries. How many times, how comfortable are you on the ball? How press resistant you are on the ball? And that's what I'm going to find out. But Tchouaméni, for me, I'm just not having a guy who's had injuries, who is a French player, who's gone to a league that's the Liga, where they play football on the floor in a team like who's super dominant like Real Madrid, coming into this hot fire bed that's Manchester United. I am not having that. I'm going to sign. I'm happy to take the risk next season when we've got established midfield players. So somebody who comes in from somewhere can adapt to the league and the way the league is.
Casemiro came in, was our best player in his first season.
Exactly.
Listen, Casemiro came and I played, but we were just dog shite and horrendous.
No, but he was very good that season.
1 second, please, Musa. I'll tell you now. We played with a triangle of Varane when he was fit, Martinez, and we played lower block to mid block. When we got smashed by Brentford, Ten Hag changed it. Manchester United played more centrally defensive, compact football. And then when he tried to change it, what the F happened? Exposed FC. So let's not go into Casemiro was the best when we were protecting him and Maguire, and we played people around him that were there for him.
He was still good though, he was still good.
Listen, he was good, but please take into reference, it's because the way the system was when we got smashed by Brentford, we got beat by Brighton and by Brentford, he changed it. And there was a triangle of Varane, Martinez, and Casemiro. And we played with players big, tight, and we played on the counter. That's the reality.
Yeah, I agree with you, but after
7 months, I was like, this is not sustainable for a reason.
No, but what I'm saying is his adaptation to the league was quite good coming from where he came from, regardless of how he played, how he adapted to the league. And you've always said as well that the best players to adapt to the English league are players who've played in the French league, which Tchouaméni has.
He's been in Spain for too long.
No, come on, man.
This is an opportunity. I'm not taking the chance. I am not taking the chance of £18 million on.
Who says 80?
Yes, that's all the prices. That's what they want.
You're putting Alex Scott. By the way, do you not worry about the physicality of Alex Scott and Manu as a double pivot in the midfield? You don't worry.
Alex Scott is
I don't even know what the hype is. You know, Belabor and Kobe's midfield next season. That's the midfield.
You think I'm just getting to Alex Scott and Kobe? No, I'm midfielder, Saeed. You didn't.
You're saying no that Alex Scott could be the base of that midfield.
Yes, he can be. I've watched him in
Listen, we all know we're getting Belabor. Who else are we getting with Belabor? That's all we need to be asking.
I need to sign Alex Scott.
So you're thinking, because listen, if we say it's a given,
I need you, Saeed. I need you to pull up Alex Scott's duels and
let's not do this.
He's not lying. He's last season.
I watched more than all of you.
No, last season when Bournemouth had Kerkers and Dean Howson, Alex Scott was still the one picking up the ball off the backline, despite the fact that most of their backline at the time were very good on the ball, and he was still that progressor picking it up from deep. I wouldn't say that he's my priority over other people, but I don't think it's blasphemous to want to.
No, he's not. It's not.
And the point is true about the fact that it's better to go for a Premier League experience and proven one.
I don't agree with.
Let's be real. For a lot of fans, it's shiny toy hype because he plays for the French national team. No, let me land.
You know why I don't agree with that, though, man?
Let me land. Guys, let me speak. Let me finish what I'm saying. Everyone put themselves on mute. I'm just saying that Tchouaméni, for a lot of people, I'm not saying it's like shiny toy hype. It's because it's a player that's not in the Premier League. He plays for a big club like Real Madrid. He plays for the French national team. Not many people watch Real Madrid week in, week out. How many of you lot could say that you actually watch La Liga week in, week out? Not many people can say that. So the prospects of United signing someone from Real Madrid, you do it when it's El Clasico and when it's Atletico versus Real Madrid.
No, but I do watch.
Don't put your hand up. Don't put your hand up. You watch the big three.
I watch Real Madrid a lot.
There you go. Now go back on mute. So I'm just saying, I understand where Nuruddin is coming from. I don't fault him for his argument, but I think it's actually quite difficult to compare Tchouaméni and Alex Scott when the argument for Alex Scott is you want to go for a midfielder who's Premier League proven, because I don't think he's better than Tchouaméni. But in that experience element of the Premier League, I think he exceeds Tchouaméni in that instance. What Nuruddin is saying is, I want to go for a midfielder in the Prem where for 1 year we have a proven Prem player, and then the next year we go for someone else and bring in another midfielder. At that point, you've got a base of midfield that is 2 Prem proven people. You don't need to get, like, it's affordable to bring someone from the French league or from the Spanish league to get used to the league. Because let's be real, this summer, the midfielders that we bring in, there's no embedding time. You need to hit the ground running straight away. Because we're going to be in Champions League football. We expect to build off of this season, and we're going to be in multiple cups. So you don't want to be in a situation where you're saying, oh, I need this player to get up to speed with the Premier League. I need this player to be able to adapt to the Premier League. Whereas if it's not always true, like it's not going to happen 100%. But if you sign a player who's played a couple of years in the Premier League and you're signing from a Prem player, a Prem team, you're more likely to shorten that adaptation period. Look at Brian Mbeumo and Cunha, yeah, for example. We brought both of them from Premier League teams. Mbeumo hit the ground running. Cunha took a little bit of time, but that was okay because other people in the front line were carrying their weight. With the midfield, you're not going to have that. You're not going to have that benefit. And that's why I kind of agree with what Nuruddin is saying. Personally, I would prefer Tchouaméni. But when I made a video last year about midfielders we should sign, Alex Scott was in that list. And also, guys, fun fact, he's the stepbrother of Maya Letitia, the women's football captain of Man United. He's the stepbrother.
Listen, I never said, please don't, the internet streets, don't run with this. I never said Alex Scott's better than Tchouaméni. I'm just talking about what is best suited for Manchester United. And it's not just Alex Scott that I'm signing. I want to sign Tonali. I want to sign Alex Scott or Fernandes. I'm going to get 3 midfielders this summer. That's what I want. And then with midfielders, when you have already base, you can then take chances and maybe let the other ones who not worked out go. That is the only point I'm making. And I think Nina made the rest of the points for me, which I was going to develop. But obviously, before the Musa and Saeed jumped in, and I lose my thoughts. And yeah, but thank you so much, Mina.
Yeah, but you know what it is as well, guys, is like sometimes you come across players and footballers who are playing football at a very high level, and players like Tchouaméni, where you like a lot of these things that, especially when you start talking about Prem proven, where you get to the point, which I think is crazy, where you look at someone like Alex Scott as a better option than a player of Tchouaméni's level, which I don't think even he would agree himself with. I get it if it's just like, what's my man from Atlanta, Edison. If you're talking about,
you have to stay away from him.
Then I get it. If you're talking about someone like him versus Alex Scott and you talk about Prem proven, there's levels to it. I understand what you're trying to say. But I think when we're talking about the level of player like of Tchouaméni and the level that he's at compared to some of these players that we're looking at, again, Prem proven, the problem I have with the Prem proven thing is that some of the best midfielders that have graced the Premier League in the last 10 years have not been players who started off in the Prem. They came from abroad and stood up to the level of this fast football and adapted and played well. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best players and midfielders. But what the problem I have is that Man United keep on waiting for someone else to go and buy the midfielder. Let them have a year or 18 months at that club and do very well. And you have to understand that those midfielders that come in are players, like Cunha, for example, that went into Wolves. Cunha we're going to yet to see if we get a better Cunha than the one that was at Wolves. Like, he's doing well for Man United, but he still hasn't hit the heights that we saw him hit at Wolves. And we hope he can do that maybe next season and the season after. But that's a team that gambled, went in, got him, and he adapted within the first 6 months and started to show his quality, and then he got the big move. I'm saying, when are we going to go and get these type of players in and allow them to adapt with Man United in 6 months, 12 months and get to where we're going with, rather than just sit around and wait for someone else to do it, pay the crazy money and then start talking about Prem proven? Because some of the best players I see in the middle of the park, like Cherky, everyone told us Cherky couldn't play in the Prem. He was too slight, he was too this, he was too that. He's not going to be able to do it here and there. And now my man just comes and starts making the Prem into a big meme. He's the biggest troll I've seen in football for a minute.
But also, Musa, yeah, we're losing Casemiro. Do you realize, Like, you can't just get any old random name in, yeah? And I'm not saying Alex Scott and these guys are random names. Experience, the mentality.
We need it.
And directly take that slot.
I don't want Man United to buy any, like, I don't mind, like, 1 minute, I don't mind getting a Prem-proven player, yeah? But if we're getting two, one of them has to have top-level Champions League experience.
Yes.
Top level. Not
Top
just
level.
been there, got dragged around with a couple teams. We need someone who's been at the highest level to come in and play Champions League football and just calm things down. If we're just going to make bare man who's just playing their first game in the Champs get excited, has Cunha played in the Champs?
No. Actually, yeah. Maybe for like...
For Atletico.
Yeah, you know what? He played against Man City, you know, which is...
For Atletico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want bare L plates in the Champions League this season. Just man's bare L plates looking around. It's like, raw, we're here.
But you're right, though. It's very, very true. I feel like for me, it's one of them ones where I don't know why Nord is shaking his head, because you need the experience. You really need the experience. Like, you can.
Alex Scott's gonna be just listening to the tune like this. Raw, the tune's mad.
Same time we always laugh and say, yo, I don't want to get this team, or we're getting out of the Champions League. A lot of it comes down to we don't have players that have been there and done it, you know. Like, a lot of the time we've got players that it's their first season, maybe second.
Champions League proven. Man needs Champions League proven. Forget about Prem proven. Man needs Champions League proven already. Man needs Champions League proven.
You know, I want World Cup level proven. You know what I mean?
Come on. Come on.
You know what Nurdine's going to say? Nurdine's going to say, why are you not focusing on Champions League? Premier League is our bread and butter. I don't want to play Champions League football next season. I want to still compete for the Premier League. I don't want to play Champions League football.
I don't want to it's not even about competing. I just don't want to finish 13th or 10th. The point I just want to make,
we still qualify. If we finish 10th in the Champions League, we still qualify for the next round.
No, I'm talking about the Premier League.
We're calm in the Prem. We're good.
Listen, the Premier League do a Newcastle. We could easily do a Newcastle. It's so funny because you guys tell me, did Bodo Glimt have 11 players or 15 players who were so experienced in the Champions League? No.
We're not Bodo though.
Do IP Leipzig? Do IP Leipzig throughout the different years have had amazing experience players?
Here we go. No,
no disrespect to RB Leipzig. In the Champions League, they're a filler team.
I know. But what I'm saying to you, but Mina, what I'm saying to you, in the past decade and a bit, they've got further than Manchester United, and they played in the Champions League more than Manchester United.
Yeah, because in their league, we would get into Champions League football.
But no, but listen, the point what I'm making to you is that people don't have to have, to me, you know what, sometimes in certain areas of the pitches, you might have to have certain experience. But I think, I'm not going to lie to you, some of the experience is overhyped. It is overhyped. The same way you could think, the same way that you could say that argument, and that's an argument you could say as your opinion, and say to me, Premier Proven is overhyped. I could say to you, this experience BS is overhyped. Let me just say this. Let me just say
balance. You have to balance though.
Listen, let me just say this. If you've got a good coach, first of all, people that what we're bringing out Man City, don't compare Man City to Manchester United. In terms of stability and in terms of probably one of the best coaches in the history of world football, figuring out things, do not compare him to Manchester United. Manchester United is an unstable, chaotic football club, and it has been for the past 13 years. So give it a rest when you start telling me about players. Rodri came to the Premier League, didn't. Pep Guardiola, it took him a season and a bit to get him. I remember he finished goal difference when they first came, and they were getting whacked. So players, coaches, and certain players need to adapt. There's the adaptation period. As Mina made it out, what I was going to say before you all interrupted me, right? I was going to tell you exactly the same. You saying exactly your views, we should carry. If we were to get Nagelsmann or Ancelotti or maybe any of the managers who are managing in the World Cup, it'd be too long. We need to get pre-season. By the time World Cup is still on, with Man United report. 1 minute you're telling me this, and then you're telling me we need Tchouaméni, who's going to most likely France are going to go towards the later stages of the World Cup if you look at their squad. So you want us to do that. That was the point Mina made for me perfectly. The point I just come back to, I think stability and good cohesion and a team and a squad that you have, they're more important than experience. Because what happens in terms of leadership, if you've got stability and you've got developmental plans for young players, they grow into leaders. They grow into leaderships. That's what happens. Leaders, young players now become like leaders on the football pitch for their teams. So this experience, yes.
Can you also
in certain parts of the pitch, I think you need to have.
That's what I'm saying. The middle of the pitch, the middle of the pitch.
I'm telling Tonali, Tchouaméni or Tonali. I'll get Tonali all day.
No, but we need both. We need the 6 and we need the 8. Tonali's an 8.
Saeed, I've tried to explain to you. More than anything, if it's up to me, I would play 3 in midfield anyway. That's just me.
But Bruno's staying though, so we can't do that.
Listen, that just puts on a different thing. But I want people who've got legs to get about that football pitch. To me, stamina and intensity are the biggest things. What I'm saying, tackles, recoveries.
Maybe under Areola. Maybe I don't know about Carrick though. I think Carrick wants control. I don't think Carrick's about
control. What with Carrick so far? All we've got is low blocks at it. Let's be real.
He hasn't had a pre-season. He hasn't had a pre-season. What are we talking about? Well, give the man a pre-season.
Your idea of the football you won is under Areola. I don't think
it's from Saeed. Listen, Saeed, you saw the best game we've ever seen in the Champions League the couple of weeks ago. It was front foot.
They spent a lot of money though to get there.
Yes, but you start to a certain extent. You start and you hold these people accountable. I am not. Gallagher is not the same as Alex Scott. Alex Scott is a better player than Gallagher.
No. He's not. Yeah. I'm with you with that one.
Come on, give it a rest. At the end of the day, I think you need certain experience in the pitch. I agree with that. I think he's the best.
You agree with this point?
How good is Alex Scott, Igor? How good is Alex Scott?
I think he's good, but I don't think he's as good as what.
If he doesn't come to United, what top team comes from if it's not United?
I think Tottenham.
I was going to say Tottenham, but they're not a top team.
He's been linked to Chelsea. He's been linked to Chelsea.
Chelsea, you should stay away from Chelsea. Go to Tottenham.
Yeah,
under De Zerbi, he's brilliant.
I think 40 million to 50 million can get him for about 45, 40 million. I think that's a steal for somebody like him because I watched him for 2 seasons. I didn't just watch him just last couple of weeks.
I remember about Bristol.
I watched him for 2 seasons, and I personally believe he is somebody. Yes, because you know why? Somebody saying he's got legs. Yes, you know why? I'm seeing he's good on the ball as well. It's not just that he's got the legs; he's good on the ball, right?
You move like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, man.
No, but McTominay and flopping Fred were flipping horrendous when it came to the ball.
Fred, come on, don't.
When
Fred left, suddenly everyone's complaining we've got no midfielders that can run.
I know, yeah.
He used to be there. Everyone's saying all he does is run.
To be fair, he pressed. He was great, but sometimes he would have spells in games where he'll give 6 passes away and we'll be in trouble. That's the thing with Fred. Sometimes he'll lose his head.
Let me get this super chat. Big up Morocco Morsa Saeed. I heard you say last week that results trump attacking football. At United, we don't compromise on either. We don't lift trophies or get bonus checks. Good football and bragging rights are our reward. I hear you, but I think for me right now, as it stands, we have to get the results, get in the Champions League, get the results. Next season, you build that through the recruitment. I think right now, we can't have both. We can't be like, we want good football and results. I'm sorry, it's just not feasible right now under Michael Carrick, especially now without a January transfer window. Just Waffle says, Prem Proven gets overrated sometimes. It's marketing used by mid-table clubs so they can get increased transfer fees. History of modern Prem has been improvement through foreign leagues, managers and players. And think Belebo, big up Sam Richard, think Belebo and Matheus and Tchouaméni and promote Thwaites and one of our Fletcher twins would be great. Another idea. I'm not sure about the Fletcher twins. Jim Thwaites, yeah. But I think for me, we need to be doing that. He should be our 5th midfielder, Jim Thwaites. He could be our 5th one. But for me, we need to buy 3.
Where's Sekou Kone? Get Sekou Kone in there, man.
Yeah, but he needs another loan. I'm not going to lie to you, man. He needs another loan, man. I know what you're doing. I
feel LMFC. Where we go.
I don't think it's going to be a bad idea if West Ham go down. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off and that Tottenham don't go down, but if West Ham go down, we could go get Matheus Fernandes and Diouf possibly if we wanted to. That would be
I think people will be lining up for quite a few players. I think Jared Bowen will probably leave.
I would take Jared Bowen on the Manchester United 100%.
I'm not sure, man.
I would.
Sure.
He's a good player.
He fights. He scores goals. I don't care, man.
I think 2 years ago, I'm not sure about Jared Bowen.
P.S. Michael said we should get Xhaka. He said we should get Xhaka at United.
He's moving mad.
That's why Peter Schmeichel.
You're right, You're right,
City merchant. Peter Schmeichel, stop talking about Manchester United when you flagged and said you're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna go back to Denmark and then you sign for Man City.
Xhaka.
You will always.
Man said we should get Xhaka for the experience because we're losing Casemiro.
Peter Schmeichel is not a legend of Manchester United.
No, he is a legend, but he's just not. Yeah,
he's a snake.
Relax yourself.
He will always be a snake. He's not. You know, those of you who know. Those of you who know, mate. No revision.
You can say though. You can say Van der Sar was a better goalkeeper. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not a legend. He still is a legend.
He's a legend.
At the end of the day, I've got a lot of things to say about Roy Keane.
He's not my legend. He's not my legend. He's not my legend. He's never been my legend.
Fair enough.
Michael, mate.
But you know what it is? But yeah, Mina, I think for me, Matheus Fernandes would be a very good option. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he would be. That's what I'm saying. If West Ham go down, it ain't all that bad, you know.
Even if they don't go down, I think United should still go for him. I think he's one of the two, like, I don't want to say pricier midfielders that we should go for. You know, because you know that third midfielder we should go for should be someone that gets relegated.
Yes.
And if we already know João Gomez is cemented for relegation, we should be all in for him as our third cheaper signing. The other two are going to be maybe the more pricier ones. I think we should go for them regardless of. I think we should go for.
What do you think of João Gomez? I don't watch Wolves. What do you think of him on the ball?
I think he's good on the ball.
Be worried?
Yeah, no, he's good on the ball. The only thing I will say, not just about him, but just generally speaking, I just don't know how feasible it is for us to sign 3 players from the Prem. Like you mentioned about, like me, I've always said I want Lamine Kamara. Like for me, he's a good 6. He's so good on the ball.
You know,
he's good, man. He's good.
You don't even know Kamara hype.
Lamine Kamara hype.
He did well at AFCON. His first AFCON, yeah, he was one of the best players for his national team, and that was his first season at AFCON 2 years ago. He was 2 years ago. He was one of the best players.
2 years ago, okay. I thought you meant
not this one that just won.
In the Ivory Coast, yes. In the Ivory Coast, yes.
He was one, and if would you not believe that was his first major tournament with Senegal? Because he was.
How old is he? How old is he though?
He was playing in the under. He must be like 21 now, maybe 22.
Yeah.
When I watched him about 3 years ago, he was playing in the under 19 AFCON, and that's when he won player of the 20. He won bare stuff then. I think he's a good player. Yeah, so I think he's a good player, and I think if you have seen him on the ball. Like I said, if you play in the French league and you're good on the ball, I think you could be good in any league. Because the French league have some of the best midfielders, but also it's a very physical and demanding league. That's why a lot of
Lens. You know who I like, Mina? The kid at Lens. He is Sangare.
Sangare, yeah.
Left-footed.
There's a lot. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of talent outside of the Prem. That's why I don't want to be too heavily invested in this idea of only signing Prem. But I do personally. If I was to say who I would want United to sign realistically, I know we're not getting Anderson. I've kind of accepted that. So I wouldn't mind Baleba and Matheus Fernandes and then someone else from another league.
Oh, that's
like,
nice.
I wouldn't mind that combination.
That's nice. You know, I can't lie. That would be nice. I
think that Matheus Fernandes, he plays for like a PSG and he just slots right in, you know. Easy. So like he's a footballer. Like he just.
I think my thing is, I know this summer. He's going to PSG. I've just got a big feeling.
Because he slots in there. Yeah, I see that. He slots in right there. Yeah. And he right. The thing about him, we should have got him when he was at Southampton. This is why I don't like waiting for these players to go somewhere else in it, because we've seen the levels already. And I just feel like, I don't know, man. It just pisses me off.
He's the risk I'm willing to take.
Say what I said, you get your stats from FootMob. This guy, oh my God.
Nuruddin uploaded this.
Is this you? How are you using FootMob for your stats, man? Come on, Nuruddin.
FootMob is reliable, isn't it?
Nah, I would recommend it. Not for this kind of stuff.
It's decent. It's decent, Mina. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's decent. Look at these kids. like in terms of ball playing as well.
Who's this player, man? Who's this player?
Sangare.
This is Sangare.
Sangare,
This is
okay,
a defensive contribution, interception. That means he reads the game exceptionally well. That to me, those two there. Boy,
man, then Beleba's on his way, man. We gotta accept it. We gotta accept it.
Nobody has got that 194 recoveries. That is unbelievable. That is to me unbelievable.
Nowhere in the French league or no one in football. What are we doing?
Look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah?
He's 23 years old, left-footed.
That's a good age. That's a good age. I don't want anyone.
That's the risk. He's the third midfielder I'm willing to take a risk on.
You know the third midfielder, by the way, yeah? They're looking at the guy from
Southampton. The kid from Southampton.
Shea Charles, yeah. Shea Charles, which, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where I feel like they are looking at him right now in that sense. You know, so Shea Charles.
I have a question for you lot. It's not midfield related, but I mean, did you not see Marcus Rashford's tweet?
Yeah, man. I told
congratulating United about making Champions League football.
He's a fan, isn't he? He's a United fan. What do you expect?
I have a question to you lot, because obviously the conversation is depth for next season. No, hold on, wait. I haven't even asked my question. Would you go for Marcus Rashford returning to Manchester United, or would you sign Matheus Fernandes from Wolves?
I don't know, man. You know what it is? I need one more season of Matheus Fernandes.
Experience, Mina. Experience, merchant. Talk to me. Talk to me nice.
I was all for Matheus Fernandes, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he needs one more season of Championship.
He's still raw, but I think he's a really.
He's still raw. He's still raw. But for me, Rashford, I'm done, man. We need to stop this Rashford talk, man.
Come on, man. I need one more Rashford. I can't lie, guys. Don't kick me out, see, but I need one more Rashford in the United shirt, man. I need one more season.
Yeah, man. That's a straight.
Mina's in a gulag for the first time. That's what happened.
That's your first gulag. That's your first gulag. That's your first gulag.
How does it feel, Mina? It's mad in there, isn't it? I told you, it's not nice.
It's not a nice experience.
You're not the only one. I just want to say
that was in the multiverse. The multiverse is mad. Saeed just throws people in the multiverse.
Mina, you're not the only one, but I don't think Rashford genuinely wants to come back. Everything I'm hearing
he does.
The grapevine.
Trust me, he does.
See me, yeah. I'm with Mina though, but everyone keeps on getting at me in the Mandem group because
I know.
For me, I'm just saying. I've never looked at Rashford as an elite player. I've looked at him as a good player. And as a good player, he's consistently put up the numbers that good players put up. Nothing special. He just puts up those numbers. And he's done it again when not playing every game at Barcelona. Barcelona fans are saying they've had a poll. And the poll was done in January. And 56% of them want him to stay here. But on top of that, they're saying without him, they don't win the league. Without his contributions. Well, you know what I'm saying? 26 goal contributions.
He's nearly on 30 GA, and they're going to win the league against in the El Clasico this week.
Yes.
Of course, with teams,
I will give you it, Musa. I've watched the La Liga. I've watched Rashford. I'm not lying.
You haven't watched La Liga. Stop lying.
No. You
only watch the big games, man. You only watch the big games.
I think he's done well. I actually think when you look at the contributions, for a loan, guys, for a loan, he's actually done well. But you got to remember, at Barcelona, good isn't good enough. They need certain special play. They need to feel like they're invested in something that they can be like, you know what?
But they didn't want my one. They didn't want Rafinha in the first season. They wanted him out the door. They didn't want Rafinha in the first season when Xavi went and got him. I remember Rafinha was under pressure at Barcelona. Rafinha was under
Xavi said it that he brought him in and he told him, be patient. And then obviously Xavi lost his job. But he told the board, don't sell Rafinha. He's going to be a good player.
That's what I'm saying. He took time. I just feel like what Rashford has done is not something like nearly 30 GA. And you're saying he's done all right.
13 goals, 13 assists is unbelievable.
Of course it is.
But in the big moments when Rafinha left, he didn't step up. And that's
why that season he's on loan. That's what I'm saying. My thing is this then. You telling me you bring back Rashford and Henry said that Man United should bring back Rashford and play him in the 9. He thinks he should be played in the 9 because he's saying there's certain games.
I would take him wallahi for backup attack, left wing 9, whatever.
He's just saying because he's saying in certain games when Sesko's not doing it and you need someone to just run in and be able to just finish like that. He's saying he's not a bad option, and I just feel like the problem with Rashford. The problem is with Rashford. Yeah, people thought he was Mbappe. That's what it is. He's not Mbappe. He's just Rashford.
He's about to win a La Liga title before Mbappe.
Yeah, that's true.
He's won a league title before United.
This is what I'm saying. I ain't got nothing against Rashford
why are you
like
clowning
that.
your own team? I'm clowning other players. This guy's clowning
Nuruddin will do that. That's crazy.
Nuruddin wants us. See what? You know what I said? You know what I said? I'm not messing with Nuruddin when he said, "Get us relegated now." I said, "Hold on, stop."
But you don't remember, yeah. You're gonna have to deal with the media. You're gonna have to deal with the dressing room now. You're gonna have to deal with everything that comes with Marcus Rashford coming back. Do you seriously want that now? Look at the vibes in the dressing room. Look at how we are now. There's been no.
I actually think in the way that Carrick's playing now, he would be.
And I don't ever believe that Rashford was a problem for the dressing room.
I don't think
how much they love him when he's gone. These United players are all up in his comments when he posts a picture of him at Barcelona.
Nah, yeah, he's good in the dressing room. Rashford's good in the dressing room.
Rashford is love, man. He's love.
I'm saying,
let me just say this, right? Listen, you know the right-wing press.
We need to start a campaign, bring Rashford back.
Listen, let me just say this, right? If you see my tweets, if you go to my Twitter and just go, you will see at all costs we must protect Rashford. What I'm saying to you is that he's dipped in form coincided. Like, listen, he's dipped in form coincided because Rashford took on the government. I don't think people understand.
I agree with Nuruddin. His downfall started the second he took on the Tory party and the Tory prime minister.
I agree with that. Yeah,
he took on the government and the media. Majority of the media right wing. And you know when they see a young black kid from the roads, from the neighborhoods, they're like, stay in your lane.
I agree with that.
So what I'm saying to you is that the spotlight, the perfect example is Grealish. How many times has Grealish got caught doing madness? How many videos have we seen Grealish doing madness on there? Look at the way the Grealish is treated. Look at the way Rashford got treated. He's the most.
Yeah, of course, we know.
Ever.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying to you is that don't let that cloud you. And also, Musa's right.
We talk about ability. Talk about ability.
Listen, yeah, Rashford is not. Rashford has never been because, as I said, him and Martial at the critical stage where both of them should have been developed to become more consistent, not to be developed to become world-class, world beaters, to become more consistent in their way. We missed that. They did not get that development. And that's the thing I'm still worried for Kobe, even though he signed a 5-year contract. I'm still worried about Kobe's development because I don't trust this football club. You guys have more faith in this football club than I would ever have. I don't have that. So what I'm trying to make to you is that Rashford is a good player. I don't think Rashford deserved to be in the. I call that the gulag, innit? They got sent to the gulag. You know what I mean? That
the bomb squad.
Yeah, I don't think
the bomb squad.
I think he's popular. I think most people like him. And if you go and watch that Gary Lineker and Michael Richards interview when they went to see him in Barcelona, was very interesting and really insightful take about the state of Manchester United. He was like, they just needed to stick with one coach, and then we'll go through the process with that. But it's a chop and change. Wayne Rooney, Wayne Rooney is the biggest hypocrite. Honest, Wayne Rooney one time let it slip. One of the things when I watch these things about United.
Yeah.
And he was like, why don't he just leave? Wayne Rooney, Roy Keane, these people were telling to Michael Rashford to leave Manchester United because he's getting all of the stick and the club's not up to the standard where he could have us. I personally don't think you should come back, but I can see where Mina's coming from. I can see what Musa's coming from. And I actually think now, the football we're playing, he would be a starter.
And also,
not ahead of Konya for me.
The reason why I mentioned him though is because firstly, left wing, there's nobody in the market out there for left wing. Let's be real. Right. People talking to me about Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao ain't better than Marcus Rashford.
No, please do not bring Rafael Leao anywhere close to
right. You know we need to buy 3 midfielders. I think we need a centre back and we need a full back. What's the likelihood we have money to drop on a world-class level winger?
Right, so I agree with you. I agree 100%.
Listen, who was that kid? He's had some bad injuries. Remember the Leicester winger? He can play both sides.
Oh, the Nigerian winger.
Yeah. What happened to him?
I think
he hasn't really played well since his injury. I think.
I know that he had a crucial ligament. But he was somebody that I was looking at thinking, boy, oh boy. But they got that 16-year-old. You see that 16-year-old?
Yeah, that's the one that you might be letting.
And again, we just spoke about experience. Marcus Rashford is a highly experienced footballer. We just spoke about someone who's experienced. And I think as well, he's got that experience, man, and he knows United very well.
He's got experience knocking PSG out.
Yeah. Nah, he's got experience. And he's just, where did Barca go in the Champions League this season?
They got knocked out.
To be fair, he missed a sitter. He missed an absolute sitter against Atletico Madrid at home.
What was that, quarterfinals?
Yeah.
He missed a sitter.
Yeah, but yeah, go on.
With Marcus Rashford, I think Michael Carrick is going to bring him back. I really do. I've said it from day one. I think Michael Carrick will be the one that brings him back and says, yo, arm around his shoulder. You know what I mean? He was under him with Ollie as well. I think he'll be like, you know what? I'll bring him. Because you got to remember, I know people will say, oh, Ineos wanted Rashford out, but I think it was Ruben Amorim because Ruben Amorim got a history of wanted to kick players out. He did it with Garnacho. He did it with Kobe Mainu. Did it with Rashford. He just once he doesn't like your kind of like what you're about and what you're doing and what he'll just freeze you out. He was just cold like that. So I think if Carrick says, yo, I'm gonna stay, and they sign a contract, they say, yo, Rashford's coming back here, Barcelona don't want him. What do you want to do? They'll ask Michael Carrick. And if Michael Carrick says, you know what? I think we can get the best out of him. I've done it with Kobe. Let me do it with Rashford. And I think for me, it'll be the perfect.
Yeah, if Barca don't sign him, he ain't going nowhere else. He's coming in. Unless he ends up like a Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich are after him, but
maybe Bayern Munich because they want the left winger. And I can see that because they got my man on now.
Milan as well is linked with AC Milan as well.
Gordon is on the market this summer. Apparently Barcelona met with him and now Bayern Munich are after him as well. So that's an interesting development of that. Man saying, I don't want Rashford back. For me, the circus around Rashford, I'm sorry, you have to just move on. Like, this is what I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, it's for me a story.
Saeed's always had it against him. He's got
to go get a trim. If Rashford comes back to Man United, Saeed's got to go to the barber anymore.
Saeed's got pride with Rashford, people.
But you know what it is? For me, we've just been past it, bro. Marcus Rashford in 2026, guys, man. We have to move on. Like, you can say on his day.
Why, Saeed? You see what inside? You know what it is? You know why I'm not having it? Like, now, Saeed, you've made us bring players here like Ugarte. You convinced me that Ugarte was a player. He convinced me.
You want Sancho back.
Because he's a player. Who is? I want players that can play football. You told me Ugarte was the missing plug in the middle of the field. You told me that he can do this.
He was here doing Ineos prop. Guys.
Are we still doing that?
Remember, we were saying this guy got an envelope. We got a brown envelope under the table. When Nuruddin was sitting here saying, Ineos out, Ratman out, this. So he's like, listen, that's not the situation, man. Calm down.
I told us South American International, Uruguayan International.
You trying to go back. I'm trying to go forward.
Because it's not adding up.
I'm trying to see something different. You
know what? I'm not over those side. I'm still not over. Before Carrick came in, a lot of this fan base told us United would be lucky to finish sixth. I kept on getting told, no, but I remember there's a lot of people that said we'll be lucky to get 6th or 7th in the league. And here we sit third, and they're still telling me they're not sure if Carrick should get the job. I was gaslighted to believe that we could not finish in the top. Yeah, Nuruddin used to say that we can't get top 4 football. He said it's impossible this season. Now we're sitting in third. I remember. Yeah, it was impossible. So the fact that we're sitting third and we're the third best team in the country, because the league don't lie.
I said with Amorim, I don't see
but no, I remember people saying these players cannot get top 4 football. These players, I remember people talking a lot about the players not being able.
I know you trust the players, but I don't. That's the big.
Nuruddin, you don't even trust Carrick
about Manchester United.
But Nuruddin, you don't even trust Carrick either.
No, I don't.
No, he doesn't trust Carrick.
But somehow
I can't believe that.
And you don't trust the players and you don't trust the manager.
Listen, I'm riding the wave of next season. I'm gonna go to Old Trafford a couple of nights in the week, and I'm gonna hear Champions League football. But the biggest thing is that am I gonna be embarrassed and am I gonna be cycling home in just embarrassment?
That first half against Liverpool, Nuruddin, what do you think about that first half in terms of football against Liverpool?
You know what? Honestly, I was doing a gig, bro. I had a gig, and I was managing a stage. I could only see bits of the game, but when I watched it back, I thought after we scored, we were just giving them the ball and counter-attacking.
I think it was some of our best football we've played under Carrick.
The first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes we were. First 15, 20 minutes, I thought.
I think the first half an hour of that game.
Yeah, you could say that. But every time we just hitting them on the break. And most of the things were transition. Before we scored, we had them on the ropes. I think that first half should have been a 3-0. If it was a 3-0 game,
3-0.
I think 3-0 game, you would not have counted. You would have been like, yeah. But we got them back into the game, and the worrying signs in the second half. Oh my God!
That's because of the squad already. We got to remember, like we're still developing.
I don't. You know what? Next season, you know one thing I don't want. Yeah, I don't want you ever to utter those words to me.
What?
It's because of the squad. It's because of that.
It's true, though.
I don't want you doing any talking points and narrative.
But have we agreed, though? Have we agreed, Norridin? One thing we have agreed on is we need 6 or 7 signings, yeah? For the first time, we've agreed on that. So if Ineos do that, then we should be able to talk like that next season. If we don't, then we are going to be talking about what if. And this is why, for me, people laugh at me, but I think we could compete for the title next year. You know, I think we can really, really compete for the title if we buy 6 or 7 signings. What's wrong with you? Where are you going, bro? Relax yourself. I don't mean challenge. Look at this guy, bro. That's what I'm saying, like, if people find it mad, Musa, if United buy the 6 signings, yeah, plus what we've got already, Man United should be able to compete. I don't say win the league.
How many points are we off the top now? How many top points are we off the top now?
I think we are. Let me just check right now.
16, I want to say, maybe.
I thought it was about less than. I thought it was about 12 or 13.
I might be wrong there.
I think it's 12 points. We're 12 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, we're 12 points off the top. Yeah, we're 12 points off. So for a team that's 12 points off the top of the league, and what would you say? How many points would we need to be off the top next season to say that we competed?
For me, 8 to 10. I say 8. 8.
Yeah, if you're 8 points off the top of the league, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's someone who's competed for the league, yeah. Yes. And we're 12 now. That's not a lot to ask for next year. We've just clawed back like 40-something points against Liverpool. I think Liverpool finished like 40 points ahead of us last season. And everyone said it was impossible to...
Chelsea? No. Tottenham?
No, but Saeed, forget that. 1 minute. We were told that finishing 3rd after finishing 15th was impossible. That's what we were told.
Yeah. On the Amorim, it was.
No, we were just told it was impossible to go from 15th. Yeah, we were told to go from 15th to 3rd was impossible. We'll be lucky to get flipping top 5. Now we're sitting as the 3rd best team in the country. People are thinking we can't go and, compete next season. Why? We've just clawed back mad points this season.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro, man.
We're going to compete next season.
Let me say something. No word of a lie. I would own you both, Musa and Saeed, an apology. I would eat my words. I would literally print them out, bring it to the Straightjacket podcast and eat them live, right? If Manchester United are competing for the league next season. And I would hold the biggest apology. I will just carry apology cards with me throughout the city. They're saying, sorry, Saeed, Musa. Sorry, all the United fans who are doubted. I would carry that. I would have that, Saeed, on my bike. You know what I mean? Sorry for not...
On your helmet.
I will have it, and I'll have a sticker everywhere. I'm more worried about finishing 13th and 10th than I have with 3 games a week for at least two months.
But if we have the 6 or 7 signings, you're still saying that.
So the fact that no one thought we could finish 3rd.
So
I get it.
The 6 signings, if we make them, would be to be in the Champions League next season.
Seriously.
That's
exciting that you want as well.
And you know what? And that's me aside, and that's me, right? Taking into account, somebody said in the comments, the Premier League is a wash right now. But loads of different things have to conspire. Chelsea has to be in chaos. Liverpool have to still keep slot, which they are, right? Arsenal would be the main things. Those 115 charges.
Guardiola leaves.
Yeah, 115 charges. They still.
Emery might be going Madrid.
Yeah.
Listen, they've got things to chat. But I'm not gonna lie to you. You're looking at it from the points we picked up. We got knocked out both in the League Cup and the FA Cup first round. We've only played.
That was because we had no Michael Carrick. If we had Michael Carrick, it wouldn't have happened. We didn't have Carrick. That's the problem.
Carrick's got the most points here since January. The most points, 32.
And when he comes back, and remember, like Nuruddin said last time, yeah. Remember Nuruddin, when we said the same arguments against Amrin, and we said that pre-season's only a couple of months, and then we're back to football. It's not the break that everyone thinks it is, and it's the same for Carrick. He's going to pick up where he left off, and he's going to have the best points tally of 2026, all the way up until the end of the year. He's going to have the best points tally of 2026 from the beginning to the end of the year. Mark my words. We're picking up where we left off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, look at this super chat. Jason Lopez. I also only Zinchenko and Jesus to start challenging. You know what I mean? And they were there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's out of reach. You know what it is? It just sounds mad now. But give it time, yeah. We will look back on this in how long time? 6 to 7 months time, yeah. And I'm telling you now, yeah, could be a different story. And everyone's like, you know what? Oh, he weren't really lying, was he?
2026 is Carrick's year. 2026 is Carrick's year. That's all I know. All the way to the end, he's going to pick up the most points. Ain't no one going to chat to him. And then in January, we're going to have to go in again and get players. We're going to have to do what Man City done this year. We're going to have to back the manager again in January. Back him in the summer, but he's going to carry on rolling. We're going to pick up the points. I believe that. And come towards the end of the year in December, Man United are going to be there or thereabouts on top of the league. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
we're going to be on top of the league.
I agree. Listen, it is what it is.
I'm just looking at this.
They have to back him in. They have to back this January transfer window. They need to back him.
You didn't even think. You know, remember under Ruben Amorim, yeah, we were discussing like we get like what top 4 gets, and you were right. You know, look at Ruben. Carrick has done that. He's got how many points? Is it? I think I see some stat of Michael Carrick in less games than Ruben Amorim has got the
He's
points.
got more points, I think, from last season.
Yeah. It's mad. 42 points last season. We're 64 with 3 games left. It's madness, you know.
We couldn't get 2 back-to-back wins. I don't think people understand how mad it was. We couldn't get 2 back-to-back wins. And that was one how many?
And you know what? Can I remind you all? They didn't sack him because of the results. They sacked him because of the argument he had with Wilson about signing a midfielder in January. I just want to remind you all.
I'm a bit surprised though they haven't announced Carrick though as manager. You know, I thought they would have.
And they shouldn't. I think for
I don't think they should.
I don't think they should. I think they should wait till the end of the season. They should do the interview and interview other people as well. Saeed.
You're wasting the transfer.
I don't think they should announce it, but I think they should tell him. I think they should tell him he's got the job.
I think they already told him.
I don't think they need to announce it.
He's already come out. He had a cup of tea with Jim the Rat at Carrington.
The fact that he's trying to get one of these backroom. He's trying to get one of these backroom staff back. He's trying to also get one of his backroom staff back. That's at Bayern Munich.
Jim the Rat was.
Did you have a cup of tea with Jim Ratcliffe?
I don't know. Nuruddin will love to. Nuruddin will make him the cup of tea. How much sugar, sir?
One way. It'll be the last cup of tea.
Man said Somali chai with the hawash. Yeah, a bit of sprinkle of that in there.
It won't be the last.
So Nuruddin, what do you think about Man United? What do you think?
It'll be the last cup of tea he'll have ever made. That'll be his last cup of tea, I'm telling you.
No, you're gonna give him a big hug. You're gonna give him a big hug. You're gonna be like, you know, thank you for what you've done to Man United.
See you later.
Oh man, honestly.
I'd rather chat to Dodgy Dave about this.
The inhalant.
We've not seen him, man. Have you kidnapped Dave?
No, we actually haven't seen him since he.
Like, it's actually crazy how he's just kicked him out. You know that's mad. You don't think though.
I'm blocked as well.
Is there some mafia going on in us? Because the way that Thingy left there, what's his name? What's his name? Newcastle guy.
The director of football, yes.
Yeah,
Ashworth.
he left.
And
Ashworth, not heard a word from him since. Brailsworth.
NBAs, man.
Now, Brailsworth still works for
when you're a billionaire, bro, money talks. Well, money talks when you're a billionaire.
Man.
NBAs. They've signed NDAs. They can't. I think they can't talk until a certain
still
time.
works for the club side.
Hey?
Yeah, but David Brentford is still a dodgy David.
Yeah, but you haven't seen these guys though.
Yeah, but he's still running the whole sport thing. He's the head of the sport thing now.
But he's
stepped
just
away
big
from
ghost.
Manchester United.
It's mad how they just ghost.
What was his thing? What was it thing? He's like something percentage or something. What was it? He had a catchphrase. He had this philosophy.
No,
what they wanted to write in the tunnel, innit? Is
marginal
gains.
Marginal gains. Thank you, Mina. Marginal.
Don't you remember when they changed the tunnel and they changed the lights and they changed the color and then he came out and he said that this is going to make them perform better because it's marginal gains.
Marginal games, that's crazy.
How embarrassing that was, Mina. That in the levels. He actually, when he was here, was making my case for me. Like, look at this clown here. Listen, either get the inhalers out for the lads, or you need to see you later. And he's been kicked out of there. Yeah. But Blanc is also gone. He's not on the board either.
It's on the board. That's what I'm saying to you. At the start, we knew who they were. Now he just took them out of the equation. You feel me? So, and also you don't really hear from Ineos right now. They're in the background, just quiet. So maybe it might be one of them in the summer where they start to.
February 2027 is when the Glazers can put the club up for sale. And
is it?
And Ineos will get first dibs to even match the share price for things. So,
but they already had that, Mina. They already had that in this February.
But February 2027 is when basically because before he had first dibs. Originally, this February it would have been first dibs to Ineos if they wanted to sell based on the current share price. But February 2027 apparently is from then on. Ineos don't even get first dibs. It's whoever meets the price. If the Glazers want to sell. And
it's 2028. It's the 150th anniversary of Manchester United Football Club. And that's why Barada told you the league is coming. So maybe Saeed and Musa and Barada, you're on to something, Saeed. You're on to something.
Maybe.
I just don't see Liverpool staying shit for a long time. I don't see Chelsea. I think Chelsea are going to hire somebody who's going to get the best out of these young players that they do have. And I think they're going to come back and fight. I really think they're going to come back and fight. I think Arsenal will be up there still. I think City, I think Pep might stay, depending. He'll stay. But the only thing about City is the 115. If they ever come to pass.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to wrap up here, people. We still haven't got 500 likes yet. Guys, if you are watching right now and you haven't hit the like button, please
smash the like,
do so.
People. It costs
you know what I mean? We're on 352 right now. We've still got 1,000 people in here. Let's get these likes up. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Mina, big up as always. Anything you got coming up, let them know.
Yeah, just videos throughout the season. Reaction tonight, reaction tomorrow. Got a United managerial video dropping later this week as well. So come through to all my socials right there. Yep. There you go. Right there. I've got some stuff dropping with EA as well, but that's on Instagram and that. So come through to that.
Big up
to you, Nordin. What are you saying?
Yeah.
You're live.
Live. My Champions League match reaction. I've really enjoyed this version of the match reaction. Hopefully, I'm going to be with Saeed tomorrow, inshallah. I want to watch the game with him. Paris, Bayern.
Yes.
But yeah, Arsenal tonight. I'll be live talking about Alex Scott. Going to go play a profile. I've been doing the research. It's such a shame in it on YouTube. They don't put clips. I've got perfect clips, but they're not going to flipping do that. But it is what
use screenshots if you want.
Yeah, screenshots.
And just just put it in order.
Yeah. Or don't show the logo where you.
The logo, but you know what? It's difficult. It's difficult, man. Yeah. They shadow banned me. Not shadow banned me. They demonetized me on one video when I did that as well because I played it.
You have to be
more
careful.
than 15 seconds. But anyway, that's what we're gonna be live. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll be live as well. So yeah, reacting to player profile midfielders. And tomorrow I'm going to do again. I'll do a look into what's his name, Gomez.
There you go, people.
Player profiles.
Yeah, there you go. Musa is there as well. Make sure you follow his channel as well. Musa reacts.
10 o'clock news, man. Musa.
10 o'clock news. Yeah.
Trevor Musa.
Trevor Musa.
Mate. If you know, you
That's
know.
The one. Trevor Musa.
Instead of Trevor McDonald, Trevor Musa, mate.
Yep. I'll be live later on soon for the Champions League. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. Make sure you lock in later on as well. And we'll be back next week for the Straightjacket podcast. We will see you soon. Take care.